accountability. Now that leads us really neatly to accountability, actually, and
Indeed.
delegation.
Yeah. I think it's a natural flow there because, in order for you, and I think you really hit a key point, one of the hardest parts for me in my career was getting that space on my calendar. And it started with me. I think it was just an hour a week where I would put on my calendar, and then I had to learn how to protect that time, right? And in order to protect that time, I needed to put up things which are sort of reinforcers for me, and that starts with having somebody who you can delegate to, right? So, or maybe you don't have one, you have several, but each person owns their piece, and you need to be able to trust them totally. But I think the mistake, at least that I've seen, and I know I've made myself at some point, is you say, okay, well, please take care of that. Or, or especially if somebody comes to you and says, well, hey, this needs to get taken care of, and then you delegate it, you need to continue to have ownership over that issue. Okay, so you got to trust but verify in this case that your people are taking care of the things that they're supposed to. But when that person comes back to you and says, how's it going, you need to know. And you can't just say, well, go talk to Joe or Jeanette or whatever, because they're the ones who own this thing. You still need to own that. And so you need to build this trust. And you need to build this compatibility, I guess, with yourself and the people that you're delegating to, so that they understand your expectations, you can trust them, and the communication is flowing both ways. But until you can do that, how are you going to create the space on your calendar to be able to have these conversations with other areas? And I know sometimes it's tough because getting started, I'm saying start with the sales organization, but some of those conversations are not easy. Is an hour a week enough to start, right? So you just need to make it important as a priority to create that space. And then, by the way, as a byproduct, you're growing your people. They're taking on responsibilities maybe that they didn't have before, and you're doing it in a responsible manner. And I think that builds you for the long run.
Yeah, I think there's something that I learned over my time managing various teams from 50 to 5, and it's when you delegate. It's a mistake that I made, and it took me quite a long time to get my head around this, and you touched on this. It's not just delegating it and then expecting it. It's like, okay, this is what I want done, these are my parameters, I want you to refer back to me on these when these points are hit. You need to set that expectation management out. Otherwise, it's not fair to the person you're delegating to. And you have to give those clear parameters of when we get to we're at point A. I want you to let me know when we get to point B and give me some feedback on where we're going, so I'm kept in the loop. That's a really, really important part of delegation. I think a lot of us miss. Okay, hopefully you found that really useful as a service leader. That's what our purpose here is to try and help you as a service leader be the best that you can. That's why we've got a library of over 600 hours worth of content. That's why I'm always speaking to some of the best people, the smartest people in the industry. Now, the great news is you can access all of that content. We normally just charge £45 a month or £450 a year, but we're so confident in the value that we provide, we actually offer a trial for anyone that's new to field service news, and that is just £9. So if you're in the States, it's roughly $11, $12 at the moment. That's what? A couple of cups of coffee. That will give you 1 month of full access. All 600 hours of content, white papers, research, great conversations like these. Plus, it gives you access to the Field Service News Service Leaders courses, which is over 70 courses designed to help you as a service leader. Now, if you want to take advantage of this, do so quickly, because we only do these offers every now and then, because we can only accept a certain volume of members before we have to kind of make sure everyone's onboarded correctly. So the button down below will say Unlock with FSN PRO. Okay, that's the button you click. You'll see a code just beneath that. Click that, take that code with you, the page will open into a new page, and you just pop that code just below, at the bottom, just below the payment section. That'll reduce your price down to £9. You can cancel at any time. So if it's not right for you, and I'll be honest, it usually is, and most people do continue on to have the full membership. But if it's not right for you, that's fine, you can cancel and you've still got that access. You can still download everything theoretically, but most people find that because we're adding new content every month, it's a hugely valuable service. So take a look below, take advantage of this opportunity right now and be the best service leader you can. Okay, take care.